Welcome back, y'all, to my next review of Unite Warriors Devastator. Or Devastar, whichever you prefer. So yeah, this is going to be quite a long one since I'm doing all of these guys at once. Excuse me. So we're going to start from left to right, and we'll walk our way through. Obviously here we have Scrapple, Scavenger, Mixmaster, Hook, or Goodin, Bone Crusher, and Mixmaster. So, we'll start off with Scrapple, and we'll get these guys out of the way. And here is Scrapple. And, you know, he's a construction vehicle that he was in the G1 show. I don't know what they're called. I think this is called a front-end loader. I could be wrong, but whatever. So yeah, let's get into the details. There's his chest, his feet, his bucket. What I found out about the Unite Warriors ones is that, wait, is that actually supposed to tab in there? I don't know. Because there's a little tab here, and I don't know if that's supposed to go in the arm or it's supposed to rest on that. I just leave it out. I don't know which is which. But, yeah. Silver painted rims. The wheels will quite freely on mine, actually. That's pretty cool. Yeah, ladders. Overall, it's got great detail over the figure. Sorry if it's a little dark. I'm currently filming this at night. So, yeah, obviously, you know it. He comes with his gun, which the Combinables one did not have. And, you know, it's Scrapple's gun. The new one looks basically like this. I will compare. I'll compare the guns. So here it is with the Unite Warriors one and the new one. As you can see, the old one is much bigger because these figures are actually quite big. The overall, the same, basically the same. Oop, I was putting this one back on my old Scrapple. Oh, back on the new Scrapple. Whoops. So yeah, that's his gun. Obviously this can move at various hinges because of, you know, transformation and whatnot. Yeah. And for comparison, here he is with the new Scrapple, so that you get a taste for that. There you go. And as you can see, the old one is, again, bigger. Practically all of these guys are going to be pretty much bigger than their newer iterations. So, yeah. There's that. I'll show Combine Mode at the end. So I'm just going to transform all of them to the robot modes, show off that, and then move to Devastator at the end. So, yeah. And for transformation, first you want to take the scoop, bring it back, and this will just kind of thoop down, I guess. It's been a rough couple of days. Well, not really rough. School just started back up. So, yeah. And then take the arms. They will unclip from this hinge and bring them back. Take the head and pull it out. It'll kind of lock into place. Take the arms. Bring them out like this. And on the Unite Warriors one, they added actual like elbows. So just take it and bring it out. I got this used. That's why there was no box. And they were pretty good out of my packaging. I don't know if you'll have the same when you order one in box, but I ordered mine used. And then, just like with the new one, you take the legs, bring them down, bring the feet out, like this, And take this back section and bring it back and plug the smokestacks into the legs. Like that. And then split them. So there is Unite Warriors Scrapple. And you know, it definitely looks like a scrapper overall. The face is in a gunmetal gray, and luckily on this one, there is no black line in the eye like my my SS86 one does. So yeah, go into the details here. Some like pistons on the legs, his feet, legs, paint on the chest. So yeah, there you have that. And for articulation, you know, you do have a technical butterfly joint if you want to use that. The head is on a ball joint. You do get wiggly waggly, and for rotation, arms can do a full 360. They can go out about that full. You do get a bicep swivel, which was on the combined rules one, but that was for combined mode. You do get a 90-degree bend at the arm. Wrists do not rotate, but they don't really lock in. Actually, I guess they kind of do. They kind of rest right there before they go in. You'll feel it. There's like a stopping point. Yeah, no waist articulation, but you do have 2 clicks. You do have 2 clicks for combined mode. Legs can go up about that far, back about that far if you manipulate it, out that far. He can do the full splits. You do get a 90-degree bend at the knee, and you do have some ankle tiltage. And the foot can move up ever so slightly and back a little bit. So yeah. Of course, you can have him holding his weapon like this. And for his use of the Devastator ports, he uses these. So you could have him holding them, holding one at a time, or holding both. Or what I do is I take both of them and I plug him into here. Kind of like something. I don't exactly know what this is, but I do that for him anyway. So yeah, there's that. And for comparison, here he is with the new scavenger. Oh, and if you're wondering how I did this, I basically just took this tab and I tabbed it into here and this tab into here. It kind of just overlaps with each other, and it'll stay in. It'll stay in pretty well. I mean, if you give it a good shake, it's gonna fall off. But this is my good attempt of. Well, now I can't get it. Come on. Yeah, this is my attempt of kind of using these as the combinables one. So yeah, here he is with the newer one. As you can see, much bigger. Basically, same style here. Stand, dang it! You got heels, use them. Yeah. There. And that's basically not scavenger, scrapple. So we'll move on to scavenger now. There he is. So here's scavenger. And yeah, you know, it's scavenger. It's a nice bucket thingy. I don't know. I don't know the names of most of these, okay? I only know dump truck. I don't know. Whatever, okay. So yeah, here is scavenger. And as we can see, again, good detail. There's a lot of good detail on actually pretty much all of the combined royals / unite royals, guys. A lot of good detail. It's just not all of it's painted, and that would be nice. So yeah. Obviously he has his gun, which is actually more or less just the same as the new one. In fact, let me get the new one. As we can see, it's practically the same. Nothing new here. And in fact, when I was messing with the two, I mixed up this with this. Why is it so dark? There we go. So yeah, they're both just basically the same. For transformation, let me bring that brightness down. So yeah, obviously, you can have, not for transformation, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So you do have rotation here, you have in and out, and nothing at this. Nothing at the actual bucket. But again, some pretty good detail overall. And for comparison, here is with its new counterpart. And as you can see, they're practically the same. I mean, even in the transformation, this is basically just this. As many people have said. But yeah, as we can see, the similarities and the differences, and though both pretty much the same. So yeah. Alright. For transformation, what you want to do first is take the bucket and bring it down, and it'll actually lock itself into place. I don't know if the Combiner one did that, but I know this one does. Then you want to take the treads, to untap them from up here and from back here. They'll tab into this tab right here. Bring them out, and then bring them out. Then you want to extend them like so. Then pull out the feet like this. Right. Then what you want to do is, actually want to move that out. Take the cockpit, bring it in, take the arms. They tab into two places. They tab in back here on this tab, and they tab in the arms on Scavenge do like to pop off. But there's also a tab right here that will go into here. Just be aware of that. And then take the arm and bring it up on this inner hinge. Do that on both sides, except this one doesn't have the cockpit. Then take this and unclip it. It's on a separate piece, and it'll clip into here. So take it, unclip it, and then bring it up here, and you want to clip it into this middle section. That'll form the waist. And the legs will actually clip into here. They unclip for combine mode and vehicle mode. Let me just readjust. So I'm going to take the arms on this hinge, bring them in, and then take this cockpit and bring it back. Then flip out the fist. Come on, fisty. Come on, thank you. There we go. And then do the same thing on here. Take it out, bring it out. Back up. And now open the chest and take out the head. And close it back up. And now we have Scavenger in his robot mode. And yeah, it's Scavenger's robot mode. Yeah, obviously here we have the chest, which is basically an homage to the G1 toy. Red here and some silver here on the paint. Head sculpt is pretty nice. As far as I'm concerned, there's actually not much that's changed on here that was on the Combiner ones, besides the legs, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, pretty good detail all around. So, yeah, and articulation, there's a ball joint where his shoulder is. So you do get a full 360. You get out about that much, and you can use this inner hinge if you want. articulation. The arms on a ball joint, so you do get a 90-degree bend, and about a 360-degree rotation. Nothing at the wrist. Head is also on a ball joint, forgot to mention. Legs are also on a ball joint in heel, so you do get all of the range that you need. You just gotta move past some stuff. The legs are not on a mushroom. Their legs are not on a ball joint. They're actually on a hinge and a mushroom. The mushroom is the thigh swivel, and the hinge is the knee. And you obviously get your ankle articulation, and the toes can move. So yeah, of course, you know he can wield his weapon. And his part of using Devastator is, if I can get the right one here. Here they go. Alright. Is the arms. Basically the actual like arm portion. That become little missile launchers that he can wield. So that's his part of using Devastator. And for comparison, hold on, wait, I forgot to give the scavenger his thing. There you go. And for comparison, here he is with the new 86 scavenger. And as you can see, basically nothing has changed. They're practically the same figure, which I don't mind. I actually think that the scavenger mold that they used here was pretty good. I think that was a pretty good use of the mold. Would have been nice if it got a new mold, but if it works, it works. So yeah. And that's basically it for Scavenger. And now we get to the beefiest guy, Long Haul, who is quite big. So looking down here, this is his truck mode, and he is quite hefty. As for he is the mid portion of Devastator. So you do get silver rims. So the front plates, or whatever this is, the driver seat, the smokestack, wheels, the dump. So yeah, pretty good detailed. I actually like how this long haul looked. I don't care what the others say. I do like the chunkiness of this guy. And his weapon is this. It's all done in black. Unlike the newer ones, which is two pieces. It's green and black. There's a comparison between the two. This one has this, and this one doesn't. I'm pretty sure this was just added so that they could plug it into his arm now. So yeah. And what you can do with Long Haul is you can actually store all of the combined mode stuff for Devastator on him. So the front barrel will plug in right here. The main portion will plug into this square tab right here, right underneath the handle. The missile stuff will plug in back here. I do it corresponding because, you know, it's better to do it correspondingly. Oh wait, almost forgot. The main chest piece will go right up here. I find that it sits better this way, in my opinion. And let me just finish up this. And the not the smokestacks. The wing stuff for Devastator will clip in to these here. You see that there is this kind of section right here. You want the painted side to be in, and you want to clip these right in here. Now, give me 1 second. And we're back. So, yeah, like I said, this little section right here will clip into this notch right here. Just line it up and clip it in. And of course, this can still just go on this side. Like that. And that's what you can do with long haul. You can install everything on him, which is kind of neat. That is pretty cool. I mean, of course, you can do that with the other long haul, but that's with the actual trailers. So let me just get all this off so I can do the actual comparison. Also, this gun barrel is quite a pain to get out, especially for me. There we go. And now for comparison, here he is with the new long haul. And as you can see, drastic changes to this one. There actually is quite a bit. Of course, it is just different overall. The grill is different, the side profile is different, even the back is different. Everything is different between this long haul and this one. This long haul obviously was going to be like more streamlined to the, well, at least trying to be streamlined to the actual shell. And this one, they was trying to do an all-out gimmick, like an all built-in gimmick. So yeah, obviously this is the beefiest one. This is the more streamlined one. So yeah. There we have that. And now for transformation. I'll take the gun off. And what you want to do first is take basically all of this and bring it up. So, come here. Put your finger here and just kind of push up on this grill. And then push up on this back piece. It'll untab from here and here. Bring this up for now. Just come under here, take the arms and untab them from the legs, bring them up about halfway for now. Take the head, bring it up. Then you can take all of this, bring it down, and this will plug in right into here, like that. Do not tab this back end in yet. Then take the arms, and they will tab in to this purple tab right here and this green tab. So just take it and bring them up. Now, you want to take this and rotate it around. Then take the legs, bring them out. And this guy has the ratchets in his legs, and they're pretty tight. This could be tighter, but they are pretty... It could definitely make your mom want to smack you if you play with this guy in the middle of the night. So, yeah. Hold on. Alright, there we go. So, where was I? Oh, yes. Then you want to come in here, take the feet, and bring them out. Kind of steady them. Now, you want to take this, and this will just plug in right back here. Like that. Gotta raise the camera, so give me a second. Camera has been raised. Alright, so yeah. Here is long haul in his robot mode. And like I said, I do actually quite enjoy his robot mode. Come to the detail here. You know, he has a nice head sculpt. Nice silver paint all around with the red visor. Decepticon symbol front and center. The grill. His legs, the back, and then of course, obviously, you know, he is not proportionate at all. He is quite chunky, but I actually do like the chunkiness of this guy. I think it just brings out the long haul. I know he didn't sign up to be the dump truck, but I do like how this looks, me personally. So yeah, for articulation, the head is on a ball joint. Some rotations out of that. Arms are on a full 360. They can go out that far, in that far. Now with this one, he actually does have full arm articulation. So you do have a bicep swivel and a 90-degree bend at the elbow. You can also have his hands go out if you want to do that. You know, whatever. So yeah, he does have waist articulation, about one click to each side if you didn't untap this. But if you untap that, you'll get all of the ankle. You get all of it. So yeah, There you go. Since his legs are Devastator's legs, you do get 90 degrees outward movement. It can go up about that much, and the knees do have a 90-degree bend. This is Devastator's lower leg, so we'll talk about that when we get to Devastator. So yeah, there's that. Of course, you can have him holding his gun. So yeah, and his part of using Devastator is using the main hilt, which is definitely like the end of the last weapon that you need in Doom. That's legit what it looks like. So yeah, and for comparison, here he is with the new one. I don't exactly have to cut between each take. It's not like the new ones are that difficult to transform. But, you know, I just do it anyway for the sake of you guys, so whatever. So yeah. Here is the new one, and as you can see, drastic changes. This one, as you can see, his arms are a lot beefier, his chest is a lot, broader, and he has that flat dome on his head, and overall, he's more streamlined and more proportional than this guy is. But this guy is chunk. I fully believe that the Combiner Wars Titan Class Devastator was solely made for Devastator. They try to do their best with the individual bots. I think that's what they were trying to do. But yeah, as you can see, drastic changes between the two. The back is, everything is different. Because, of course, this is basically the only new mold we got in the new SS86 line. So, yeah, there is that. And that is basically it for long haul. So, let's move on to Hook. So, here is Hook. Actually, hold on, let me readjust my camera. There we go. Alright, so yeah, here is Hook. And, you know, he is a crane, obviously, like how he appeared in the G1 show. Yeah, articulation, you only get that. That's about it. That is it. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay, so, and obviously, with him, this is what his gun looks like. And it just plugs in right up here. So, yeah. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. Wait, what happened? Whatever. Sorry, technical difficulties on my end. So, yeah. And for comparison with the newer one, here is the new gun. As you can see. Wait, I actually just noticed that. This one kind of homages the tab on this one. I'm just now realizing that. See this little square thing right here? That homages this. That's actually kind of cool. But yeah, here's the differences between the two. So yeah. I'm just now realizing that. That's kind of cool, actually. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into the details for him. So as we can see here, silver painted rims, the two cockpits, purple on the hook, silver headlights. Overall good detail. On this one, this wheel likes to pop out on mine. I don't know why. It likes to do that pretty often when I'm trying to get the legs tabbed in. Speaking of the legs, on mine, since mine was used, the person I bought it from kind of thread pinned this peg in because it did break on his. But it still comes in and out with ease. I don't have to worry about it. It is rather loose coming in and out, but at least I know that this will not fall out. Yours will not come like that. Yours will just come how it basically is, if it's prone to breaking. But yeah. So anyways, let's get this guy into robot mode. So, let's start off with the legs first. Bring this up just to get it out of the way. So, take the bottom of the front and bring out the feet. No, they don't. What was that? I don't know. Bring out the feet. Split the legs. There is a tab that goes into the front, so you want to untab that from each side, and then bring these up. And then this tab will then relocate itself into a tab that's this tab right here. So just do that on each side, like that. There we go. Excuse me. And then come under here, flip out the feet, and bring them down. And this will just kind of go underneath the cab or the front section, like that. So there you have his legs pretty much all done. Then up here, you want to disconnect. Oh, wait a second. I almost forgot something. Hold on. It's not like this is going to be difficult. These guys are the most difficult thing in the world, so I'm just going to do this right here. And you're going to watch me do it. See? I told you this comes out. I don't know why it does that. It comes out. But yeah. These guys aren't the most difficult thing in the world because these were made for kids. So yeah, there we go. There we go. Back in. Put this back in. Plug this right back in there. And now, because I forgot to do this. Here he is with the new hook. So yeah, again, pretty much the same as far as main design tropes go. So yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to forget. So anyways, back to where we already got the legs done, so I'm just gonna transform this back. Like so. You're gonna suffer this. Oh, you're suffering this with me. If I have to do this, you have to too. Okay, there we go. Alright, now up here. So, take this and kind of bring it out. They do kind of lock into the arms. Take this and bring it down right about there. Oh wait. You also want to take this and bring it out that much. Take this and bring it down to about there. Then take the arms, bring them out and down. Then we can finish bringing this down all the way. There's a tab right here that'll go into this notch right there. Take that off. Release. There we go. And let me just... Yup. Yeah. And then we take the arms and we flip out the fists. So there we go. There is Hook in his robot mode. And yeah, it's Hook. It's a Hook design. I definitely like how they did it on the newer one than they did it with this one. But yeah, so if we come to the details here, we have some nice painted details on his chest. The head sculpt is also really good. Some civil for the legs. Not a whole lot to the arms, but, you know, these things will not exactly the best in their time. So yeah, articulation. Head is on a ball joint. You do get a full 360 rotation. Arms can go up about that far. If you start to move, then you start to move this. Go back that far. They can go out about that far. You do actually have the the thing there, but no one likes that. So they gave him more or less a proper elbow. But you can also use this to get some double articulation there if you really wanted to. Nothing at the waist. Legs can go up that fall. They can go back that fall. They go out that fall. You do get not a 90-degree bend at the knee, but you do get ankle articulation. You can go up that fall and back that fall. And due to this, you do have to be wary of the poses you're going to get him, because he's basically going to be what I'm using right now to hold my phone in, a tripod. But yeah, he can also, hold his weapon. So you get some of that action going on. So yeah. And for comparison, here he is with the new one. Before I get into that, his use of using Devastator's pulse is the front barrel of the gun. See, I'm just forgetting everything with this guy. He's supposed to be the mastermind, but no, here we go. So yeah, here he is with the front barrel of the gun. Now we get into the comparisons with the new one. There we go. So here's the new one next to this one. And as you can see, this one, not a whole lot of paint on the chest, but I actually do like this hook more than I do this one. Just the look and feel of this one really makes me like him a lot. Especially in the transformation with this guy. I really like the new hook. This one, not so much. He obviously could be a lot better, but again, this was 2015, so what can you do? But yeah, there you have that comparison. So let me just get all of the sides here. So yeah, there you go. And now, onto the guy with the probably one of the most hate in this. It would be Bone Crusher. And as we can see here, it is a good bulldozer. I actually really do like Bone Crusher in this line. I think he might be my favorite. Just out of the whole 2015 line. I really do like how this Bone Crusher was put together. Even with the crotch. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah. So obviously this is his gun. And we'll bring in the new gun just for comparison. So yeah, there is dropping guns now. Here's the new one and here's the old one. Again, practically the same. But yeah. There you go. So, yeah. This just plugs right in there. And this guy does have articulation. The bucket can move up and down. It is on 2 hinges, so you can get something going on there. So yeah. And for comparison, here he is with the new Bone Crusher. Now, as far as alternate modes go, I do like how Bone Crusher looks in his alternate mode. It is really good. I do like how they put it together. I know I'm gonna get so much hate comments for this, but hey, my personal preference. Shut up. Oh yeah. Obviously, this one has the purple paint here to kind of to have some symmetry between. Some symmetry in the chest for Devastator. That's the sole purpose of why this is here. So yeah, just gonna get some profiles here. There we go. Focused now. Yeah, so there you go. And now for transformation. Obviously take the gun off. When I come down here. And you want to untab the legs from this tab back here and a tab back here. This will also unclip from this clip right here. So take the treads and bring them down. Now, you want to... Let me bring this down a second. You want to extend the legs now. And he has basically the same leg articulation as... Well, not basically. He has the same tread articulation as Scavenger's. Just slide them out and bring the feet out. Now for his crotch. Thanks to DX Collector Shuki thing, or DX Collections, I don't know. But with his method, you basically take these and you get the tabs that's basically barely going in, and then you push them together. And I'll basically bring the whole thing in, and then just secure it the rest of the way there. And it pretty much stays in the entire time. I haven't had a problem with it yet. So yeah, that's basically how you keep the crotch in. Now for back here, I'm going to take this section. I'm going to take this, bring it out. It will kind of just go over this. Bring it out. Take this, bring it down. Then take this and just split it and bring it out. Take this cockpit, bring it up, and then bring out the head. Now, you want to take this and collapse it in on itself. It'll clip in to here, and it'll pretty much clip in right up here. And that's how that stays in. I gotta raise my camera a little bit, so give me a second. Sorry. These guys do get quite tall. So yeah, and then take the arms, basically just bring them back, bring them out and down. Then take this, bring it over itself. It'll kind of swoop into place, and then bring this up, and these two prongs right here will sit over these two notches. Like that. And they'll... Let me just... Excuse me. Readjusting. You're going to suffer this through me. Because why not? Readjusting. There we go. Alright. So, yeah. That's Bone Crusher transformation. And Bone Crusher looks pretty cool. I do like how Bone Crusher looks in this line. So yeah, coming on the details here, we do have, his block of a breast. It's like a mono breast. It's like a Cyclops, but for his, I don't know. That's too much breast talk. Anyways, so yeah, with some purple here, some red on the sides, Decepticon symbol right here. Good head sculpt. Really do like his head sculpt. I like the head sculpts on all of them, even though I might forget to say it, whatever. Again, purple hands, purple sides of his legs. Yeah, basically the majority of this guy is green, that's how he was in the G1 show, and that's how he is on the SS86 one. So yeah, with articulation, head is on a ball joint. To get some wriggly waggly, his head can do a full 360. It can go up that much, down that far. Arms can do a full 360. They can go out that far because they are on a ball joint. And he does have a ball joint right here, but you have a double jointed elbow for transformation. Nothing at the waist. Legs can go up that far. They can go back about that far, and I just undid his crotch. Let me just fix that real quick. It's not a hard thing. And sorry, hold on. There we go. They can go back about that far, out that far. You do get a 90-degree... Whoa, hold on. Sorry about that. I accidentally hit my stand. So anyways, yeah, he has 90-degree bends at the knee. And of course, he has that same thing that Scavenger has. Mushroom heel, swivel heel. And he has full ankle articulation. So yeah. There we have that. Of course, you can have him holding his weapon. And his port for using Devastator is actually... Is this the right one? It is. No, it's not. It's the same thing that Scavenger used. Except it's his side of the arm. So you do get this missile launcher right here. So yeah. And for comparison, here he is with his SS86 one. So here he is with his Bone Crusher. So yeah. Obviously, I like this one more because it's the way it's shaped. And this one, everybody hates this except for me. I think it's a fine bone crusher. I actually have basically no critiques with it, in my personal opinion. I think it's actually quite fine. But yeah, to get a side profile, obviously purple here and no purple here. Here's the back. Here's the side. And here's the front. So, there you have it. That's Bone Crusher. Now, for the last one before we get into Devastator, here we have Mixmaster. Oh, wait. So, there we go. Sorry if you notice anything different. I had to plug my phone in. It was getting low on battery. So, yeah. Here is Mixmaster. And I know people are going to yell at me already just by the way I have him. Because, as we all know, the Combiner Wars Mixmaster / Unite Warriors one isn't actually that accurate to the G1 Mixmaster. Because this one uses a more modern style for the mixer, where this is the front and this is the engine for this. But the Unite Warriors one tried to make it look like this was the front and this was the back. We have the extra silver up here. Actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, let me just, there you go. We have the extra silver up here, and this to make it look like a windshield, and this with less silver paint up here. But this is the front, and this is the back. People are going to yell at me, but I actually don't care for it. I actually don't care for the way that this guy looks. I think he looks good regardless. I like this Mixmaster. So yeah, anyways, with that out of the way, here is his gun. And it's basically the exact same. Well, the new one is basically the exact same as the old one. Barely any changes whatsoever. So yeah, let's get into the detail here. So yeah, again, a lot of green throughout the entire set. But yeah, the window up here, the chute right up here, ladders, gas tanks, I think, the whole bed here, or the thing, which does not rotate. It does not rotate because of the way that I did it. The new one doesn't rotate either, so you can't exactly be mad. Yeah, the engine back here. So, yeah, pretty good. Let me just put this back in. So, yeah, there's that. And for comparison, here he is with the new Mixmaster. As we can see, more accurate rendition. A more accurate rendition of the G1. Of course, all you have to do is there we go. Now we have this. So yeah. So there we have that. So yeah, there we go. So there he is with the new one. And now I guess there's nothing else left to do but to transform this guy. So, to get this guy into robot mode, what you want to do is first come over here and untab the arms. They tap in over here and inside the chest and bring them up. Do that on both sides. Let me just raise this up a bit. Then, in fact, this is the easiest transformation of the entire set. Then just come back here and untab this front section and bring it down. And then untab it from down here. That'll be his feet. Then come up here, take this, bring it out, and then flip out the head. And it'll, this section right here will go into a groove right in here. So just kind of get it all in there like that. And yeah, that is it. That is Mixmaster in robot mode. He does not have the most complex transformation, but he doesn't need one. Okay, it works, and it's pretty easy and actually kind of fun to do. So yeah, let's get into the details here. a good head sculpt. Again, all the figures on these guys have really, really nice head sculpts. Some red here, purple for the chest, and blue on there. Of course, the feet of dread, because no one likes this Mixmaster other than me, I guess. Yeah. And purple over here. And, you know, here's the back. You do have this, which does kind of make him back heavy, especially when his knees are... Whoa, actually, hold on. I was not expecting that. But yeah, anyways, for articulation, his head is on a ball joint, but just the way that it was, the way that it is, it's kind of hard to get to, but it is on a ball joint. Arms can do a full 360. They can go out about that far. That's the max you can go. Of course, with this one, he does, the Unite Warrior stuff actually tries to give him more of an accurate elbow joint, but you can still use this and get a full double jointed elbow. Of course, with this one, he does have the thing here, but on this one, I don't know if it's supposed to, but this one has 3 clicks instead of 2. That might just be on mine. I don't know. But yeah, legs can go up that far. They can go back around that far. You do get thigh rotation. You do get a knee bend, and you do get ankle articulation. So yeah, there's that. Of course, you can have him holding his weapon, and his use of Devastator is the chest plate. So give him the chest plate, and this is supposed to be like an extra gun. So yeah. That's that, and for comparison with the new one, yeah, we can see that really the only difference is in the feet and up here on this, like, his dome. But yeah, and this one's transformation is actually not that hard either. So I mean, hey, so yeah, there we go. Here's little stay. Side profile. Back profile. Another side profile. And back to the front. So, there you go. And now, all we have left to do is to form Devastator. So, to do that, you want everyone but long, to do it like the easiest way, you want everyone but long haul in vehicle mode. So, I'm gonna put them all in the vehicle mode, and they'll start from left to right, like I did for the robot modes. So let's do that. Full disclaimer: when I start to actually put Devastator together, it'll definitely be a little bit wonky, due to the way that I have to have my camera, because I do film on a very small desk in the crap. But yeah, just full disclosure, camera angles and audio might be a little bit wonky just because of how big this Devastator is. I have boxes to compensate for that, but just be warned. Okay, so to transform Scrapple into his command mode is actually pretty simple. You take the bucket and you basically bring it up, and it will tab in right in there. And it locks in pretty securely too, so you don't have to worry about that falling out. Then take the arms, bring them out, turn them 180 degrees, and bring them back in. And they'll clip in to the peg that they basically clipped in for in alternate mode as... Come on. There we go. Alright. Then you want to take the wrists and bring them out as like, because for extra ear support. Then take this and rotate it, and this little notch right here will go right in between those two. So you just want to do that, and there you go. And now for the feet, just take them, bring them up, and bring the feet out and up, and then bring these up. Oh, and take the cockpit and rotate it 180 degrees. That is Scrapple. For who do I have next? Scavenger. For Scavenger, basically it's actually not that hard. Untab the legs from here. Bring this back. Take this middle section and bring it out. Tab the legs back up here. Rotate this. And then I'll attach all the accessories after everything is combined. And, well, that's Scavenger. Now for Long Haul, since he's the big guy, you want him in robot mode. It's the easiest. So, hold on. There we go. Alright. So for robot mode, for the combined mode, I mean, you want to take the arms, you want to bring them up, and they'll kind of soft lock into place. They don't exactly lock in, but, you know, they kind of go out there on their own. Then you want to take the head, bring it down, unplug this, and rotate the waist. And then you can not plug that back in yet. Take the feet, bring them back in. Then take this part that we were talking about earlier and bring it out on both sides. This is what will be Devastator's knee. Then come in here and flip out this panel. And bring this and plug it back in. So that is basically Long Haul. Put this over here. Now for Hook. It's actually quite simple. Bring this crane up to get out of your way. And then move this over. Take the arms and just bring them under here for now for easier stuff. Then come in here, flip out this clip. Come in here and you see this clip and you just want to bring this out and bring this out as well. And then these will clip together like that. Then take this and bring it down. I'll do a head reveal at the end. Then bring the cockpit, bring it up, flip out Scavenger's connector, come over here and flip out this connector. Bring that back down, bring this up, and bring this back. And that's Hook ready for combination. For Bone Crusher, same easy transformation as Scavenger. Take the legs, unplug them from back here, bring this up, orient it the proper way, plug these back in if they won't unplugged anyway. And the they want you to do something like this, but I bring it out like that. So yeah. And now for Mixmaster, quite easy. Actually, no, it might be the most, no, it's not the most complex. So want to come up here, take these arms, bring them down all the way, come up here, and split the legs, and use the ankle pivot, bring that up, and you want to come in here, and you want to push this out. This is what will help connect into Long Haul. On this side, you have this peg, so you kind of just want to bring this out, get this started, and kind of rotate this around to get this back out. And plug all of this back in. Cooperate. Cooperate. I own you. Thank you. And then plug that back in. Then come down here, bring out the foot, and bring out the heel. And that's basically everyone ready for combine mode. So, to tab in Scavenger and Mixmaster, in fact, I'm going to activate their ankle joint, one click. So, let's use Scavenger here. So, what you want to do is, there's this little, notch right here, that's going to go through here. And then there's this clip that'll clip in right in here, and these two tabs will tab in up here, and over here. So you kind of just want to get them all, want to get that bottom one lined in first, and then the rest will just kind of fall into place. Just click that in, and then tab the other two in. And that's scavenger in. With Mixmaster, same deal. 2 tabs, 2 slots, clip will go into here. Except for this one, you have this section in the way, so you kind of have to go in on an angle to get all of that in, push it in, and then clip it all in. And that's the legs on. Now is where I have to get some boxes. Luckily, I brought in all of my commando boxes, which we will be doing some comparisons with. So now we're up here. Now to connect hook on the long haul, there is this clip right here that'll go into the smokestack. This clip right here that'll go into here. This tab will go into this section back here. And then there are tabs on the arms. This tab will go into this tab on the foot, and this tab will go into a tab on his chest. So you just want to get it basically all lined up, and get that there, tab this in, adjust this, push that in, and then get this tab in as well. There we go. So yeah, a lot of locking points. And now for the arms, it's quite easy. So obviously there is this square port here that'll clip in up here, and there's also a tab on the back of Longhaul's arm that's going to go on the right here where my pinky's at for the treads. So you want to get scavenger in first, and then come back here and plug that in. So there we have that. And then same deal on Bone Crusher. There's a tab on the back of Longhaul's arm. This will go into here, and it'll tab into the back of his foot. To get Bone Crusher in and out, it does take a bit more pressure than Scavenger did. So yeah, that's all of the bots in now. So now we're gonna start putting in the pieces. So for the arms, it's quite simple. You bring out the hand, orient it correctly, and it will just plug into a 5mm port on where the arm's at. So just plug it in. Do that on the other side. My arms are getting tired. Let's just do that over here. Again, same deal. 5mm port, 5mm peg. Let's go right there. What happened? There we go. Alright. So yeah. Now for the chest. So, there were quite a few locking points. On this wing, there is these 2 tabs right here and this port right here. In fact, let me just... Ba-boom. These 2 tabs will tab into Scavenger's tread, and this port right here will go into this port right here. For this, it has a C-clip right here that's going to clip into this square hole right there. And for this piece, there are 2 tabs right here that are going to tab into Bone Crusher. So, obviously you want to get it all connected, and then just start walking your way over from here to over here. So, there's also these 2 ridges right here that are going to go over Longhaul's grill. So basically just walk your way from your left to your right, depending on how you're looking at it. Try to get this all on camera. So yeah, get that in, and then walk your way over. Get that port, get those tabs in. Over here, get that C-clip in. Right side. Did I get it? I did, and I just undid it. Alright. There we go. There we go. And we get Bone Crusher all tabbed in. If it wants to cooperate. Why aren't you cooperating? Why is it all the way down there? There are just a lot of locking points. I'm trying my best. There we go. There we go. So there we have the chest piece on. And now... Oh, wait. Actually, yeah. Take these two and plug them together. This is what's going to be the gun. And we're actually going to come back. We're actually going to come to the back of Devastator. Because I have some things to show you what was back. So, we do have something we can do with all the guns. So, we want to take Longhaul's gun and Scavenger's gun. And the Scavenger's gun will plug in right here, like this. And then this will just kind of plug in right back here. Now for the next jumbled mess, which I am missing the gun. There we go. I want to take Scavenger's gun and Bone Crusher's gun, and Bone Crusher's gun will plug in right here with these side pegs. So do that. And then you want to take Mixmaster's gun, and it'll plug into this big port right in here. Then take Hook's gun, and it'll plug in right here. You could also take Hook's gun and plug it onto his hook, if you felt like it. But I'm going to do it like this, because this is what I was told to do. And then plug that right there. So basically, you have weapon storage for the individual weapons. You can also use this peg right up here and plug it into this port right here if you don't want Devastator to hold the gun, but you want it to be stored. And then we take this guy, we bring him back around, we bring back in the box, and we do the big old face reveal. So we come back here, we take Devastator's head, there are 2 tabs right here, it'll tab into these 2 slots right up here. Take it, plug it in, and there you have... Did I not get that clipped in? Hold on. And everything's clipped in, it's just being weird. For some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, that's why, because this wasn't clipped in. That wasn't clipped in correctly. Okay, that's why. That's why. Alright, we fixed it. And now that is Unite Royals Devastator. Boxes so that you can get a full look at the guy. And yeah, he is quite big. And it's going to be quite a pain to get through his articulation. But, yeah. That is Devastator. Now, coming in for the detail here, we can see a very, very nice head sculpt for Devastator here. Nice crest, too, with the paint and detail. The arms are... We've basically already seen the arms. His crotch plate. And the legs. And the back cleans up quite nicely, too. Unlike the newer one. I'm already getting back pain just from doing that. I'm only 15, guys. So, yeah. A fun thing you can do with the Unite Warriors one is you can change Devastator's face. You can flip this up, fold in his shades, and flip this back down. So you can have his eyes, or you can have his visor. It's kind of like Combinables and the San Diego Comic-Con thing, except this one has both, instead of only one or the other. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now for articulation, the head is on a swivel, so you do get a full 360. arms can go out that far, although on scavengers, they got even more. They are ratcheted, unlike the combined nose one. You do get a full 360 at the arm. You do get a swivel at the bicep. You can break his arm. You also get about just under 90 degrees of bend. You do get wrist rotation, and the arms and the hands can open and close. You do have waist rotation. Now I have to go lower. So if you move the hip squats around, the legs can go forward that far. They can go back about that far. You do get 90 degrees of outward movement. If you want to, you could use this as Devastator's knee or leg, but that's not his leg. Okay, hold on. My arm's getting tired. This guy is heavy. This guy is heavy. Alright. You do get not at 90 degree bends, but you do get a good amount of leg articulation. And like I said earlier, you get 2 clicks for scavenger, 1, 2, and 3 clicks for mixed master, 1, 2, and 3. Why they did that, I don't know. You can also have him holding his weapon, which they made Scavenger pretty much the designated cannon holder, because it is kind of notched. So you can have him holding his weapon. So there you go. And I actually do have a couple of comparisons. So, get this out of the way. First and foremost, here we have him with my combiner walls, with my combiner walls defensor, which yes, it is battered and broken. Did not take good care of these guys when I was a kid. Don't worry, me and my dad actually wanted to get all of the G1 combiners. This is part of that. For what we can get in Unite Royals, we'll get like Superion, Menasor, Bruticus, Calpitron. And then we'll get Abominus and Predaking through Gen Selects and Power of the Primes. So yeah. There he is with a Combiner Wars Combiner. Here he is with Age of the Prime Superion and Legacy Menasor. So you can see, he's quite big. And here he is with the Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Devastator and the new SS-86 Devastator. So you can see how those two look together right there. And as you can see, pretty big guy. He's actually, but the box says 18 inches tall, but whenever I measure him, it says 17. It's like a whole inch off. I think they're counting up to this, I don't know. But yeah, now which one do I prefer? This one or this one? In terms of, like, details and design, this one. I love the details on this one, especially in each of the different robot modes and vehicle modes. But overall, if you really want a good Devastator, get this one. This one is more sturdy. It's more articulate. Each individual figures are pretty good. A lot of people hate these two and more, but actually they're not that bad. They're really good. compared to this. I mean, this is still good, but my personal this one's just better. This one, I can't exactly compare between the two, because this one's Revenge of the Fallen, these two are G1. But I just brought them over so you have a comparison with this. Yes, scrap metal is a knockoff. I'm working on that, and yes, I need a yellow skipjack. So yeah, there you have that. Oh, and one more comparison. Sorry. I almost forgot to compare them to another Titan class. The only other Titan class that I have. Titan class Autobot Orc. I haven't put these two together yet, so this is actually the first time I'm seeing it. So yeah, here's Devastator next to the Orc. So, there you go. And that is my review for Unite Warriors Devastator, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.